How's it going, everyone? It's Nathan. Nathan's MRE. Today we have a very special ration. This particular ration is menu number 12. This is a French RCIR 24-hour ration. So what the story with this is the new menu. So it's December 2017 production date, and the expiration is April 2021. This was sent to us by Drew from Rations and More. There'll be a link in the description. You go check out his eBay store, and there's all kinds of stuff on there. So we'll just read the very first main here. I know you guys like me reading all this stuff. There is wild boar pate in it, but the main dish in this is Strasburg sausages and pasta. So let's go and open it up and see what's in it. Okay, so let's get her opened up here. The link for the knife's in the description. I'll be sure to include that separately in there. And these always have the clear plastic over the top. If you guys haven't seen me do one of these are primarily some of the best rations you could ever get. The French really did a good job on these, and I was told in France you could actually buy these mains in the store. Alright, so here we go. We have a new version. I have not seen this one before. This is a fruit muesli, the MX Extreme Energy Breakfast. Should be interesting. We have the soup. Let me translate this. We'll come back to that here in just 1 second. We have some plum jam. We have a isotonic sports drink or energy drink, and this one's lemon lime and mint. And here is the main, and that is the paella. So it was Strasburg sausages and pasta, and then below it says paella. That's probably not how you pronounce that. But there's that. It looks really good. And it looks like it has shrimp in it. Huh. It's like it has... Well, here. I see. I understand now. Man. So the paella, or however you say it, that's the second dish. That's this. So here's the sausages. Strasburg actually says it on there. Okay. And then, yeah, I don't know. It looks like possibly hot dogs in the picture. We just don't want us to open it up. So here's the paella as the last, or the second one. So it has mussel shrimp. It looks to have rice, peas, all kinds of stuff in it. That should be very interesting. We have our accessory pack. Come back to that here in 1 second. We have our fruit Pate Bar. That's pretty much standard issue. We have our coffee energy bar. And we have, this is tartine. We'll translate that here in a second. I don't know what that is. We have our TP or napkins. Here's our wild boar pate. There's a piece of something on it. A dried piece of meat on it. Looks like nothing was leaking though. So that should be interesting. We have our crackers, or biscuits, as you will. We have our Esbit stove, not Nesbit, Esbit stove. We have a Nougat Bar, which we know is going to be iffy from the get-go. We have a Apricot Cereal Bar. We have our 60% chocolate bar. Okay, let's do a little translating here and we'll sort this out. Okay, so we have our Soup of Champions, which looks like a cream-based soup, which should be interesting. We have our wild boar pate with cognac. Then we have our cheese. So let's go and open up the accessory pack. Usually these are pretty much the same. Go ahead and tear through it. We have the hot cocoa that I like so much, the semi-sweet, semi-dark SRD brand. Salt and pepper, 2 packs of sugar. We have, this is the tea we had last time. I thought it was like a mint, and it was very strange. And then we have our red tea. We'll probably do that this time. We have 2 packs of the SRD coffee, and that is all that's in this ration. So before we go any further, let's fish out our little spork. Where are we at here? It's so tiny. Have to dig her out here. All these come with it. There it is. And the previous ones were clear plastic, and these are actually white plastic like the last one. And it's just a little folding spork. We'll go ahead and use that on this one. And then the paella, let's go ahead and crank that open. We'll get these two mains heating up. It's like rice in it, maybe like curry rice. It smells very, very strange. I don't know, we'll just have to heat it up and see. And these sausages, I'm curious to see if we could see how big these are. And we won't be able to see until we heat it up and cook it. But look at that. It smells like a slightly smoky cheese, is what it smells like. So it should be very interesting. We'll go and rip those tabs off. We'll get those heating up. We'll be right back. Okay, the mains are about done. We had the soup, which smells very weird. The miso looks absolutely delicious. We'll go ahead and do the last couple drinks here. We did a few things off camera so the video wasn't 4 hours long. It's gonna be your hot chocolate. It's almost like a 3-in-1 chocolate. It smells so good. Not too much. We'll let that kind of do its thing. We'll stir it up before we drink it. Cup of coffee. It's a nice freeze-dried coffee. Yeah, I'll put a little more in that. It's a pretty small cup. Then we're gonna do, this is Royal Ceylon tea. It's a red tea. I've had it before, it's been pretty good in the past, so it should be no different this time. It smells absolutely delicious. Alright, there we are. We got our drink mixed up. These French rations are awesome, but the drinks usually are not very good as far as the cold drinks. So let me grab the mains. We're ready to start. So I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are. We're gonna start off with, oh, I'm gonna do this, it's so damn hot. Try to pick them both up at the same time. There we go, I got our hot pad going. Our Strasburg sausages, you can smell the cheese, man. It's so strong. And look at that, it's actually like a whole hot dog or sausage, or it's hard to wrestle it out of there with a tiny little spork. There's carrots in it. Almost smells like a smoked Gouda cheese, or you know, something like that arrangement. Fairly pungent, but a little hint of smoke to it. Okay, that's good enough for right now. And next up we have the paella, and we're gonna see what's all in here. I can definitely smell the mussels. I see a mussel. And there is, looks to be chunks of chicken in it. Let's try something a little bit different. That spork is a little bit on the small side to be shoveling stuff out. So I got more chunks of chicken. It's a little more firm, actually, than what you would think it would be. I don't see any, oh, there's a shrimp. As soon as I said it, there's a shrimp right there. See? some more mussels. There's more chicken than pretty much anything, though. There's quite a bit of it in there. There's a corner of it, but I mean, that's enough for showing purposes for today. None of this food will go to waste. None of my food ever goes to waste unless it's expired and not good. That's just a myth. That's fake news, my friends. That's fake news. Anyhow, moving on here. Let's go ahead and try the sausages. Let's try... It's just so very different than anything I'm used to. The pasta is done perfectly. I love cheese, but the cheese taste is so bold in this. It's odd for my palate. Piece of the hot dog or sausage. The sausage is very tender, like a Vienna sausage, but it doesn't taste like that. Slightly smoky. It's very rich, too. It tastes like a dish that's been made in a restaurant or at home. It doesn't taste like something out of a can. A sip of her sports drink. Yeah, it's not bad. What it reminds me of, any of these drinks and these French rations, it's almost like milky. It's almost thick in your mouth. A slight hint of lemon to it. I don't really taste the mint, maybe a little bit. I'm not sure if that's what that means or not. It tastes like a lemon, lime, mint. Maybe a little bit. The flavor is not very strong at all. And next up, I'm gonna try a shrimp and a pea first. Chicken, mussels. There's a whole mussel. Everything tastes fresh. It tastes like it has a lot of like lemon juice on it. Chicken and rice is all cooked perfectly. Not dry at all. Overall, it's a very good meal. It kind of has that seafood background kind of taste to it. I give them both an 8 out of 10. I give that a 9 out of 10. That's an 8 out of 10. Just because my palate's not used to it. It's, you take a bite and you're like, what's this? And you have to try to figure out, your taste buds got to figure it out. Anyway, we'll take a little sip of tea to kind of level that out a little bit. I thought this was a bright red tea, but it's actually not. I think what I had the bright red tea in it. I was thinking it was French, maybe it was just a different kind. Can't remember anymore, did too many rations. Anyhow, so moving on. Let's do a little bit backwards. Let's take a bite of this muesli. I did use hot water like I always do. People act like that's weird, but I think it's weird to use cold water. It reconstituted very nice. It's very thick. I think I guessed the ratio of water about right. Now you see there's a lot of freeze-dried fruits in here. There's cranberries, there's all kinds of stuff. Raspberries. Oh wow, that's really has a nice flavor. I don't know, that might be better than the chocolate. I like chocolate, but this is like so fresh and so... Some sunflower seeds in it. That is so good. I've had one better than this, and that was Drew's homemade ration he sent me. Had the super muesli. That was better, just had more stuff. This is next runner up. This is the second best muesli I've ever had. Chocolate being third. All right. So the French are famous for putting odd soups in their rations. This soup is very odd, and I could smell it, and it does not smell good. Even when I was mixing it up, it's like you take a smell and you're like, "Ooh, buddy, what is that?" There's chunks in there. Some floaters. I mean, try to smell what that smells like. That smells like, I don't know, like there might be some kind of vegetable soup mix in it, kind of. Okay. It tastes better than what it smells. It's just like a real creamy kind of vegetable-y, maybe a hint of mushroom in it. Mushroom or even eggplant, possibly. It's not bad, though. Yeah. I give that probably a 7 out of 10. You can't always tell by the smell of stuff. Sometimes stuff just smells wretched, and when you taste it, it's not the same thing at all. Not bad. All right. Let's keep cruising along here. I think we're kind of going back and forth from breakfast to everything else. Let's go ahead and we're gonna do this wild boar pate next. Then we're gonna do that cheese, and then we'll jump into the coffee and all the desserts here, all the bars. Top on that's really dirty. I probably should have wiped that off. Let me grab a rag, give that a wipe. The wild boar pate with cognac in it. Oh, buddy, look at that. It does have a very peculiar smell to it. Very. Emphasis on the very. Got a little brown gelatin on top. That is just a very odd. It almost tastes like brains, like pork brain, if you ever had that. It's a very good cut, though. It's very tender. It has a back tone of real strong pork, though. Wild boar, as you may. Overall, the cognac in it really cut the boar taste. That's a 9 out of 10. I've had that a long time ago on one of these rations. You don't get that very often. And last time it was weird. This time it is not. And we'll throw that on a salted cracker just for good sake here. The salted cracker, I don't like the salted crackers by themselves. But with pate or with meat, it seemed to be very good. There you go. And people tell me this is a European tradition, pate and jelly. Some other Europeans tell me they have no idea what I'm talking about. So I'm not sure which latter it is. But I found it to be very good to mix a pate and a jam together. Pretty good chunk on there. For jelly open. It is not. We'll cut it even lower. Kind of a problem with these packages from the factory, they weren't cut. The tear notch was not cut low enough. The tear notch is all the way up there. We're all the way down here. We're just now into the jelly. Or the jam, as you might say. We're going to blast some of this plum jam on top of this. Look at that. That's still the best thing I've ever had. That is the jam with the meat. It's just awesome. cheese. Almost like a fondue cheese. Look at that. Where's my little spork here? It's very rich and creamy. Whoa, man. That is very, very good. It's almost like the texture of butter, but it's cheese. Let's set this up a little bit here. Let's salt the biscuit out. Let's blast some of this on here like that. Big old glob. A lot of you guys probably cringe when I do stuff like this, but trust me, if you try it, you'll never go back. Look at that. So the cheese, the wild boar, and the plum jam. That is very good. That nice rich creamy cheese background to it. Perfect, man. I'm gonna change over to a dessert. Cleanse your palate with some coffee. Coffee is slightly acidic. Overall, it's not too harsh in that small of a cup. I would say it's especially not harsh. Let's keep moving here. We have our Nougat Bar, which probably is not going to be any good because most of the time they just aren't. But let's see. Some rice paper on the side. Oh, well, I think it's okay. Yep. It made it. It's almost kind of like a marshmallowy type outside to it. It's like it has raisins and dates and stuff chopped up in it. It's been a long time since I had one of these that are actually good. It's perfect, man. Perfect. Our Apricot Cereal bar. And some puffed rice in it. Not a lot of flavor in it. It doesn't taste bad, it's just very mild. Pate de fruit. Essentially like a jelly bar. There's a dark cross section. Raspberry pate, huh? What do you find in coffee? Usually these are pretty mild. I could just break this one off, yeah. There we go. It's a very mild bar, very good. Our chocolate bar. We're gonna finish up with the hot chocolate. You see a little more how dark it is on camera. It's such a good cup of chocolate. Just very mild, very semi-sweet. I say all the time, it's not like the hot chocolate you buy here. Well, I think we've pretty much done it. We have cereal bars and chocolate bars in here. We'll try one of the chocolate bar real quick. I know the video is getting pretty long. And these are usually my favorite. I'm sorry, this is a cereal bar. We'll try a piece of this and a piece of chocolate. Nice and crunchy. Cereal bar is not much flavor to it. It's good for putting jam and stuff on. Chocolate bars, you get these plain. The cereal bar is slightly crunchy. The chocolate biscuit, I should say not bar, biscuit, flecks of chocolate in it. Same way, slightly crunchy. Try to chew this down for a second. Anyway, that is going to be all for the new mini number 12. Overall, a very awesome ration. Cannot thank Drew enough at Rations and More for sending this over to us. So happy to check it out. Like I said before, the link to his eBay store is in the description. That is going to be all for today's video, guys. Thank you all for watching. The channel is doing great. We're getting more views. Do not forget to subscribe. Right now, go to the channel, subscribe to the channel. That is very important. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.